Hello, so this is The Witcher 3, and as you can see, I'm getting 130 frames per second. How is this possible? I normally get 50 to 60 and 70 in the open areas. Well, AMD released their fluid motion software preview driver, and it supported The Witcher 3 right out of the box. And I'll go show you my settings. I increased my settings because of this. I'm still just at 1800p. I notice there's too much lag. It's pretty bad when it's at 4K. It works, but it's not my favorite. So I'm still on Ray Trace Global Illumination Performance because I don't notice the difference. Ray Trace Shadows is off because I'm not sure I like them. They look a lot darker when they are off. And I have Ray Trace Ambient Inclusion on, FSR2 quality, motion blur off, bloom on, all of those settings on. And no Nvidia hair works. And shadow quality to ultra because you don't really notice it. And let's go through the game and see if there's any issues with it. And yeah, the frame's gonna go down as I enter the village. And let's see.
Hey there.
It looks alright. Like there's no real too much
That's
issues.
it,
I see a
Roach.
lot more screen tearing. And they do recommend a FreeSync monitor, but you can't run it with VSync on.
Good woman, is this the road to Vizine?
Getting 143 frames per second. Now the MSI Afterburner does not report the frames generated by the driver. It only reports the frame generated by the engine. So it doesn't show 120 frames per second when I use an MSI Afterburner. It just shows my actual frame rate that what I would get without fluid motion on. And this is the difficult part of the game. I used to dip down to 53 frames per second
Run, Roach.
in this area, down to that was the minimum. So that means over half of these frames are generated by AMD fluid motion. And I don't see them. Like, I don't see any blurriness. I see the odd screen tear, but It's, I think it's alright. There's the odd white light happening. That's a driver bug, I think. White strip. Or it's either screen tearing or something that's happening. Otherwise, it's working pretty well. I would play like this for sure. But this is just the preview driver, so it's getting better as time goes by. Come on, horsey. You should have known to avoid that wagon. And when it comes out officially, it should have some of the screen tearing fixed, hopefully. Oh, I'm at the edge of the world. But other than that, this is a technology preview driver. It lets me know that things are coming. And they're working on it. And it's pretty good for having over half the frames generated.
Giddy up.
This area used to be really difficult too. As you can see, I'm dipping down to 100.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'd play like this at 100 frames per second. Why not? Oh, it dipped down to 70 some. But this is The Witcher 3 with frame generation, fluid motion on, and it's not that bad. I see some bugs in it though, and you probably will see the too. The sky. What's happening in the sky over there? Is that lightning? I never seen lightning in the sky before.
That's it, Roach.
That's not a bug. That's actual lightning. Sounds like it's gonna rain soon.
Whoa! That's it, Roach.
But lightning doesn't really look like a blob flash in the sky.
Come on now.
Let's just look at the sky for a bit here. It's raining. Yeah, that's what lightning looks like. Oh, the blob flash is against the clouds. And it's nighttime.
Move it.
Maybe with ray tracing, it does that now. It never did that before, I think. As you can see, I'm getting 120 frames per second here in this dense bush area. Well playable. Alright. So that's The Witcher 3.